to recognize those members who have contributed extensively to the educational activities of AATCC. Those who receive this award will have made outstanding contributions in education and training activities, initiated new educational programs and content, and generously and repeatedly volunteered their time to educate others. The recipient of this award receives a recognition plaque and $500. As chair of this committee, I want to thank the members of the Education Award Committee who worked with me on this award. Bert Truesdale, past chair of the Executive Committee on Research, Sandy Johnson, AATCC President, and Peggy Pickett, Secretary of the Education Advisory Board and AATCC Education Director. We would not be here today and enjoying such a great event without her. Can we give her a round of applause? Of the AATCC Education Award has made many contributions to the association's educational activities over the years. He has served as chair of AATCC's Education Advisory Board, chaired, moderated, and participated on symposia and conference steering committees, and presented at more than 30 of the association's programs. He is a proponent of bringing together speakers and attendees from all facets of the textile supply chain to bridge the gap with open discussions. He has a love of teaching and a passion for sharing his knowledge and years of experience with others. Today, our first Education Award recipient is being recognized because of his leadership, vision, and support in developing AATCC webinars on various topics of interest to our members. Under his guidance and direction, the association launched a series of successful webinars. He was our first webinar presenter and presented 5 additional webinars. These include overview of dye classes and methods of color application, fundamentals of dispersed dyes and exhaust applications, dyeing with acids, fundamentals of cationic basic dyes, fundamentals of direct dyes, processing fundamentals of stretched fabrics containing spandex. He continues to champion these initiatives as one of his many efforts and serves on a committee to recommend webinars, content, and presenters. This past October, our award recipient chaired the very successful inaugural AATCC Moisture Management Symposium. He has done so much for AATCC education program development. His candor among his immeasurable qualities that make him such an invaluable mentor and individual to this association. I am extremely honored with the distinct privilege to present the first ever AATCC Education Award to Nelson E. Hauser. The American Association of Textile Chemists and Colors honors Nelson E. Hauser with the AATCC Education Award for his vision, leadership, and support in developing AATCC webinars and for his strong involvement and support of AATCC educational programs and events. March 26, 2015. Congratulations.
I think this guy needs a job. He's got too much time on his hands. No, thank you, Heidi, and certainly thank the committee for the unexpected recognition and honor. I guess I have to give recognition certainly to family for support and allowing me to dedicate the time. You could probably ask Betty, what does Nelson do if he's not doing his regular job? It's either he's working on something at AATCC or he is at AATCC. One of the two. But and also, and I'm sure all of us can share in that, is certainly the support of the companies we work for, M. Doman, and of course I've worked for a few other companies no longer with us that have certainly saw the value in supporting me and of course you too, the AATCC events, and also good corporate members and sponsors that see the value of AATCC. A couple of milestones that I'll mention. If I do have a passion for education, it comes from family values. Some of you, I think, know that my dad was a teacher and principal. My sister was a teacher and principal. I had a brother started out teaching and went to later work with DuPont. Had a couple of uncles that were teachers and principals. And in that group, there was a sheriff, a deputy or two, and a bootlegger. But I went the direction of the family tradition. In fact, my intention was to go to Appalachian State Teachers College, which was the name at that time, to be a teacher, and had a gentleman by the name of Bill Smith from NC State that came to my high school and said, you need to go to NC State College of Textiles. That's the future. We're going to always need that. So the rest is history from that standpoint. Another milestone, I think, was particularly for those of you here for the first time attending a conference, was I was a student, AATCC member, but it was several years after I got into the workforce that I went to my first conference in Charlotte. And at that time, we're talking about the late 60s, early 70s, that's when we had 2,500 people plus at our conferences. And my first time there, the technical director I was working for had his staff to go, and we were assigned sessions. We had to give a report when we got back of what we learned, what we saw, what was could be applicable to our company. And that's a habit I still do today. But the thing thinking back to that is after graduating from college, you go to work in the workplace, you're learning now the things that they do. The question is, how do I continue to learn about the industry? And that certainly comes through AATCC. But today, the industry has changed. Our people don't have the luxury to come to a conference. And so that's the interest in the education program and developing the webinars, the seminars, workshops, is to build the topics, and I do believe in build it, they will come. That like the moisture management, like the stretch fabrics that we did, we're working on the antibacterial odor. Even talked to some people here during this conference of doing a program on flammability. Getting those functional areas that are of particular interest to people is what we're looking for. And so designing the programs that of their interest is one of the things that we can continue to do, because here's where you're going to get it. And the other things which certainly I've not had an impact on, but what Diane is doing in terms of, again, if we can't bring the people here, we take the learning experience to the mills or to the merchandisers, to the brands. So a lot to do and a lot that we can do. Also, from the education, I'll borrow a phrase of it takes more than a village to, or a spin-off of that, is it doesn't happen. This is just not an individual award. The committee members, many of you here that help design programs, recruit speakers, speak yourselves at times, help make contacts, that's what makes it happen. And I know going back to the moisture management program, and I don't want to be a discouragement, I want you to look at joining the committees and help design programs. But on the moisture management program, I went back and counted my emails, and I had over 600 emails putting that program together. And I can't imagine how many Peggy and Kim had. But it does take the committee members, and they share in this. And last but not least is Peggy, Kim, and the staff that make it all happen. We get the limelight at times, but they are the ones that are making it. So I share this with all of you.